It's Sunday afternoon in the 2025 Ryder Cup at Bethpage Black in New York, and Bryson DeChambeau is on a charge against Europe's Matt Fitzpatrick. The American was 5 down, but with this putt on 14, he closes the gap to just 2. Teammates Cameron Young, Justin Thomas, and Scotty Scheffler are riding the same wave of momentum. For 2 days, Europe has dominated. Now, the United States is fighting back. Scoreboards once blue are now turning red. The noise around the course amplifies, as does the pressure. The Ryder Cup is staging the dramatic final act this city comes to expect. It's Wednesday of Ryder Cup week, and with the threat of storms, the opening ceremony has been moved forward a day. The Friday foursomes matchups, usually announced at the same time, remain under wraps.
United States, are you ready?
Despite the schedule change, both teams are ready to go.
Please welcome to the stage your 2025 European Ryder Cup team.
For Luke Donald and Europe, the goal is to repeat their victory from 2 years ago and break a 13-year drought by winning on American soil for only the 5th time.
The 2025 United States Ryder Cup team.
For Keegan Bradley and the U.S. team, the mission is to reclaim the cup by maximizing home field advantage, just as they did in their dominant wins in 2016 and 2021.
It's been a long time since I've been at a Ryder Cup, and this has been one of the most incredible things I've ever experienced in my life. I can't tell you how amazing it's been to see the American flag, see the Ryder Cup logo, and to be a part of this great tournament again. My main goal is to put these players in their best position to play well.
Very excited about this week. We understand the challenge ahead. I have a great team, a team that I'm very confident in. Very excited for it to get going. It's been a long build-up, and now it's time to let the guys go play.
Thursday's rain rolls in, softening the fairways and slowing the greens. Could these changing conditions play a part in the outcome? In the afternoon, the captains reveal the pairings for the pivotal opening session. In each of the last 5 contests, the team that won the Friday foursomes went on to lift the Samuel Ryder Trophy. As the weather improves, Bethpage Black is ready to play host to the most electric atmosphere in golf. Early Friday morning, the first wave of 50,000 fans stream through the gates. Match 1 features 4 big personalities to lead their teams out: Bryson DeChambeau, Justin Thomas, Jon Rahm, and Tyrrell Hatton.
Representing Europe, Jon Rahm.
Measuring 397 yards, the dogleg first hole was considered drivable for power hitters like DeChambeau. But the heavy rain that has softened the fairways will make this green just out of reach for the week. Moments later, a good approach from Thomas sets up a birdie chance for DeChambeau for the win and to send out an early message.
And that's what they wanted. Absolutely a dream start.
The remaining foursomes matches tee off on the first. In match 2, Europe know that taking down Scotty Scheffler is pivotal. Matt Fitzpatrick and Ludwig Åberg come out strong against him and Russell Henley.
Oh my goodness. Hello, what did you think of that?
On the front nine, they make 5 birdies.
Great pace and walked it in.
Åberg puts the hammer down, and so does Europe. 4 up the margin now.
It's a similar story in match 3. Tommy Fleetwood and Rory McIlroy, unbeaten in foursomes 2 years ago, look set to continue their good run against Colin Morikawa and Harris English. They jump out to a 5-up lead through 8.
Another fabulous shot. Birdie putt for McIlroy. He walks it in, and everything is just going Europe's way. I mean, it is just an amazing effort from Team Europe on this first morning.
Match 4 is the tightest of the morning, with Patrick Cantlay and Xander Schauffele taking on Robert McIntyre and Viktor Hovland. Schauffele makes an early statement on the second.
Easy. Yeah, it's a great shot. It's really well done.
He follows that with a birdie on the par 3 8th to help the U.S. go 1 up.
This last match is the only glimmer for USA at the moment.
In the top match, Rahm and Hatton, undefeated in Rome, turn things around against DeChambeau and Thomas.
Nice, John.
This is a good-looking shot if it's the right ticket.
Oh, that is absolutely incredible.
That's why in match play, you have to expect the unexpected.
Four birdies in an 8-hole stretch cannot be matched by the Americans.
Oh, it's a beautiful putt, Tero.
Thomas can't make par on 15, and it's all over.
Wow, that drifted right, and that'll do it. What a jolt for Luke Donald, that opening match. Jon Rahm and Tyrrell Hatton, 4 and 3, and the first point on the board goes to Europe.
The third match fails to make it back over the road that splits the Bethpage Black course. McIlroy and Fleetwood seal a decisive win on the 14th over Morikawa and English. In match 2, Åberg and Fitzpatrick maintain their healthy lead over Scheffler and Henley. They clinch the win on the 15th. Europe has raced to a 3-0 lead, just the start Donald wanted. The final match of the morning between Schauffele and Cantlay and McIntyre and Hovland is a must-win for the U.S. They had a 3-up lead, but Hovland ties it up with 3 to play. On 17, McIntyre needs to make par to keep it level.
Just sort of went a little bit low. He'll be disappointed.
Playing the last, can Schauffele deliver?
It was time to shut the door for Team USA, and they just slammed it.
With the U.S. close, only a birdie will do for McIntyre.
A 2-up victory all the way to 18 for Xander Schauffele and Patrick Cantlay.
It's 3-1 to Europe after the opening session, extending their impressive run in foursomes to 10 wins from their last 12 matches. In the afternoon four-ball session, the U.S. know they need to start strong. Could the arrival of President Trump on the first tee provide the boost this American team needs? Bradley opens up with his 2025 major winners, PGA and Open champion Scottie Scheffler, alongside U.S. Open champion J.J. Spaun, against Jon Rahm and Sepp Straka. The signs are promising for the U.S. with a birdie and a win on the first.
What a shot.
Welcome to the Ryder Cup, J.J. Spaun.
Keegan Bradley says we need you.
But just like in the morning, the Americans fall behind in the top match. The Europeans make 5 birdies over 11 holes, while their opponents can only find 2.
Jon Rahm pounces again for the Europeans, and they do indeed take a 3-up advantage in the top match.
Bryson DeChambeau aims to erase his morning loss, teaming up with Ben Griffin against Tommy Fleetwood and Justin Rose in match 2. A birdie at the 5th helps them to go 1 up. On 7, Griffin thinks he's helped his team double their lead. But Rose, the oldest player in the Ryder Cup at 45, has other ideas.
For the half.
Justin Rose.
Meanwhile, New York native Cameron Young and Justin Thomas come out firing in their match against Ludwig Oberg and Rasmus Højgaard. They light up the course with 8 birdies in 13 holes, the perfect spark to ignite the home crowd. The Americans will seal a convincing win, reducing the overall deficit to 1. It's been a tough day in match 1 for Scottie Scheffler, who hasn't been able to replicate the form he's shown this season. There are flashes of his brilliance.
This looks good. Finally, from the world number 1.
But nothing that can outshine Europe.
Wow, Jon Rahm on top of Scheffler.
Rahm and Straka go on to win on the 16th to restore Europe's 2-point advantage. Fleetwood and Rose look to extend their team's lead in match 2 against DeChambeau and Griffin.
Fleetwood delivers with a clutch tee shot.
Fighting back from 1 down, 4 birdies and 6 holes give them a 2-up lead with 2 to play.
It's moving towards the bottom of the hole. What a putt from Fleetwood.
But DeChambeau isn't done. This putt to win the 17th and get to 1 down.
And they keep it alive. They will go to the 18th.
It could be too little, too late. After a great approach, Rose has a chance to extend Europe's lead 5-2.
No mistake from Rose. The elder statesman of the European team pounces at the last to wrap up that point.
The bottom match features Sam Burns and Patrick Cantlay against Rory McIlroy and Shane Lowry. The Irish duo is up for the fight, going 2 up through 11. but their lead slips away. McIlroy has to make birdie on 13, or it's tied.
Well. That's a cruel blow, isn't it, for Rory McIlroy? And indeed, we are all tied up in the bottom match.
5 holes to go. Who will seize control?
Back-to-back birdies for Rory McIlroy. And now the pressure is on Sam Burns. Much needed.
And fitting that it should go to the final hole. Still all square.
Playing the last, the U.S. can only manage a par, leaving McIlroy with the chance to secure another 3-1 session win for Europe.
Not this time.
The match is tied, but Donald must be satisfied with Europe's 5.5 to 2.5 lead after day 1. For the first time since 2004, they've claimed both opening day sessions on away soil, leaving the United States on the ropes.
You just look at some of the putts these guys hold when it mattered. It's pretty gratifying for a captain. Obviously this morning, to create a little bit of history with the 3 matches and how they were won was great. History is nice to accomplish. It doesn't mean anything unless we get 14.5 points on Sunday.
They went out there, they played better than us today. They made more putts. But listen, we knew this was going to be difficult. We knew this was going to be tough. We didn't expect to come in here and this not to be a difficult week. So our boys are in great spirits. What an opportunity that they have to go out there tomorrow and prove to everybody now they're down. Now they got to go catch up. And I like that.
Dawn on Saturday, and the American team is working hard on the practice green. After struggling on Friday, Europe took advantage, gaining over 9 strokes in putting stats alone. Donald sticks with his winning foursomes pairs, albeit in a reshuffled order. Bradley, searching for a spark, swaps Justin Thomas out for an in-form Cameron Young to pair up with Bryson DeChambeau. The first tee is packed once again ahead of the opening tee-off. Ludwig Åberg and Matt Fitzpatrick hope to match the form they showed in winning 5 and 3 on Friday. But Bradley has sent DeChambeau and Young out first for a reason. The Americans deliver the start their captain badly needs. Four birdies in 10 holes see them go 3 up.
That was a big-time putt from a big-time player.
But just like the previous morning, the U.S. can't mount a concerted foursomes attack. By the start of the back 9 on the remaining matches, Rory McIlroy and Tommy Fleetwood are 4 up on Harris English and Colin Morikawa. Jon Rahm and Tyrrell Hatton are 1 up on Xander Schauffele and Patrick Cantlay.
Oh my gosh, much more than luck, skill.
And Robert McIntyre and Victor Hovland are 2 up on Russell Henley and Scotty Scheffler. Europe is doing what few sports teams have managed in the past, reducing the roar of a New York crowd. With few positives elsewhere, Bradley needs the top match to go his way. 3 up on the 16th, a fine approach by DeChambeau will be good enough to close it out.
That's a brilliant shot from there.
A vital point for the U.S. to reduce the score to 5.5 to 3.5. In match 2, Morikawa and English try to rally. The decision to pair them together has raised some questions, but wins at 14 and 15 cut the deficit to 2.
Oh, he's done it. Harris English. You'll hear that roar all over the golf course.
Absolutely.
Still, the ever-reliable duo of McIlroy and Fleetwood finish things off on the 16th.
That is the ultimate silencer on the road. Tommy does it. He and Rory sailing through foursomes. Made to work a little bit down the stretch today, but it's a 3-2 win over Harris English and Collin Morikawa.
The win restores Europe's 3-point cushion. Rahm and Hatton follow suit against Schauffele and Cantlay. They also close out the match on the 16th.
Cold-blooded killers out there today. Jon Rahm and Tyrrell Hatton as they take down the #1 pair from the USA.
So mad.
The deficit is now 4. One begins to wonder, can Bradley and his vice captain somehow stop the bleeding? All eyes turn to the final match of the morning, Scottie Scheffler and Russell Henley against Robert McIntyre and Viktor Hovland. The U.S. fights back from 2 down to level things up through 13. But a Hovland birdie at the next edges Europe back in front. The 17th sums up both teams' fortunes on the greens. Henley misses for birdie, while Hovland makes par to stay 1 up. On 18, Scheffler is first to play. Can he salvage half a point?
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.
Everything seems to be going wrong for the U.S. McIntyre and Hovland hold firm, winning 1 up. But this would be Hovland's final action of the day, as a recurring neck injury forces him to the sidelines. Europe lead 8.5 to 3.5, matching their best ever score after 3 sessions on away soil. Can the U.S. mount a comeback? Bradley needs an urgent response from his team in the afternoon Fourballs. He sends out a bold pairing in match 2, Scottie Scheffler and Bryson DeChambeau. Tyrrell Hatton steps in for the injured Viktor Hovland in match 4. The atmosphere out on the course intensifies. The American fans know their team needs a lift. Much of the attention centers on match 1, Rory McIlroy and Shane Lowry against Justin Thomas and Cameron Young. Lowry finds his range. An eagle here at 4 and a birdie at 5 move them 2 up. For once, McIlroy is the silent partner. But Thomas and Young claw it back to level the match by the turn.
Hello. Hello. Watch out. Cam Young is about.
The drama builds between the 10th and 12th, where massive crowds have gathered around this 3-hole loop. On 14, McIlroy can put pressure on the U.S. with this birdie chance. Thomas answer. Europe go 1-up. In match 2, Scheffler and DeChambeau face an in-form Tommy Fleetwood and Justin Rose. It's a contest that will prove to have everything. On 8, Rose walks in the second of 3 birdies by the pair over 4 holes that will see them go 2-up. On 11, DeChambeau reduces the deficit. The English duo is back to 2-up when they get to 14. A Rose birdie puts the pressure on DeChambeau. Three up to Europe.
This is remarkable stuff from these two. They are 11 under par through 14 holes.
In such a full-on atmosphere, it's not surprising tempers soon boil over. On 15, players and caddies clash on who's first to putt.
Well, do you mind putting it, boys? Okay.
The hole is tied, but the dispute spills over to the next tee. One hole later, Rose and Fleetwood close out the match. A big win against America's brightest stars. Fleetwood makes history by becoming the first European since 1979 to win in all 4 opening sessions on U.S. soil. For Scheffler, it's the opposite story. He's now just the second player to lose his first 4 matches. Back in match 1 with Europe 1-up, McIlroy turns to his close friend Lowry to help finish the job, including a key birdie on 15. They remain ahead, playing the 18th.
Lowry hoping to turn the screw and get the job finished here.
Hard to win holes against this European squad.
Thomas and Young come up short.
And that, I'm afraid, is that for the Americans.
Emotions may have run high, but McIlroy and Lowry secure a vital point to keep Europe out in front. The score extends to 10.5 to 3.5. Match 3 between Jon Rahm and Sepp Straka and Xander Schauffele and J.J. Spaun has been close all afternoon. The Americans win on the 10th to get it back to 1 down.
Up the hill a bit of left to right for Spaun.
Wonderful stuff from the US Open champ.
Holes 11 through 16 are tied. On the par 3 17th, Spaun's tee shot sets up a birdie to win the hole. Crucial for a U.S. team clinging on.
Well done by J.J. Spaun.
On 18, he's dialed in with his irons once again.
Really good shot. He's really answered the call.
Advantage to the U.S. From being 2-up after 9, could Rahm and Straka be letting this match slip away?
Oh, a gift from Rahm.
They can only make par. The Ryder Cup rookie is up to the task.
What a brilliant finish from J.J. Spaun. 2 birdies to steal a point.
Match 4 between Sam Burns and Patrick Cantlay and Tyrrell Hatton and Matt Fitzpatrick is the tightest of the day. Just 3 holes will be won by either team.
What a flex from Matt Fitzpatrick.
Europe is 1-up through 9, but the U.S. pulls even after 14.
Oh, and Burns finds something.
Once again, it comes down to the final hole. A brilliant bunker shot by Fitzpatrick lays a marker down for Hatton.
So half a chance. Two Englishmen side by side, stone dead at the 18th.
The U.S. can't make birdie, and they concede Hatton's short putt. Another point for Europe, and another 3-1 session scoreline. It's 11.5 to 4.5 to Europe, their largest lead heading into a Sunday singles. They also become the first team to ever win all 4 opening sessions on away soil. Donald's master plan is so far working to perfection.
A lot of things have gone well for us, but I'm very happy with how strong our team is. The anti-fragile mentality, you know, things got tougher out there. It fired them up even more. They were able to get better. That is what makes me most proud as a captain.
As for the U.S., no team has ever come back from 7 points down.
I feel like the guys have played pretty well. The Europeans have just played way better. And sometimes that happens, but we still got another day. Wild stuff happens in sports all the time.
In the city that never sleeps, Bradley may need to stay up, searching for answers. Sunday afternoon, and the scoreline hasn't kept the crowds away. European fans are confident, but there's still hope among the Americans. In the singles lineup, Bradley stacks the top order with those he believes can deliver early points, while Donald spreads form and experience throughout. But before play, Victor Hovland has to withdraw with the neck injury sustained the day before, forcing Harris English to sit out. Under the rules, the match is tied. The score is now 12-5, and the U.S. hopes fade further. The first tee is set for the opening match, featuring Justin Rose against Cameron Young. The American provides exactly the start Bradley is looking for with a win at the first.
Good looking.
That is a start.
But once again, the U.S. struggles to find early momentum. Rose gains the upper hand to go 1 up after 5. Tommy Fleetwood is 2 up through 5 against Justin Thomas. Matt Fitzpatrick storms to 5 up on Bryson DeChambeau after 7. So far, Bradley's decision to front-load his lineup has not paid off. Match 4 gets underway. Scottie Scheffler versus Rory McIlroy. A heavyweight clash, tailor-made for this New York stage. McIlroy lands the first blow at the second. Scheffler strikes back at the fourth. McIlroy is on the ropes on the 7th, but refuses to go down to remain tied. Further down the board in matches 5 through 11, the U.S. leads in just 1. It's just the scenario Donald was hoping for, with Europe holding firm. The spotlight turns to the back 9 and the key opening match. Young's fine debut in the Cup continues. turning things around to go 3 up on Rose through 12. But the Englishman is not done yet. After Bradley helps out to find the correct spot to drop following a wayward drive on 13, an incredible recovery will win him the hole.
Get in the bunker! Get out! That's a golf shot.
You're telling me it's a golf shot.
A birdie on 14 reduces the deficit even further.
Ah, there it is.
After Rose ties the match on the 16th, it comes down to the final hole. Both players have birdie chances.
I think he thought that was going to break to the right. Halfway there, it went to the left.
So Young will have his chance. And Cameron Young has come full circle.
Young delivers the first point of the day for the U.S. The score is now 12-6. Attention turns to match 2, where Fleetwood and Thomas have been back and forth all afternoon. As in match 1, they're tied playing the last with makeable putts.
Fleetwood for birdie at 18. Thomas is inside of him. And Fleetwood has given JT a chance to win it.
What a moment for America.
Two clutch birdie putts by the Americans at the 18th to win matches.
A huge point for the U.S. It's now 12-7. Belief is building amongst the home team. While the focus has remained on the top matches, further down the lineup, Xander Schauffele's game comes alive against Jon Rahm.
Oh, wow. Perfect. What a great shot that is.
4 birdies in 5 holes on the back 9 seals a comprehensive win against one of Europe's best.
And that should get it done. Xander Schauffele, a 4-3 winner. He takes down Rahm.
It's now 12-8. The U.S. comeback has become a reality. Ludvig Åberg has remained the calm in the U.S. storm for Europe all day. Playing Patrick Cantlay, the Swede has held a 2-up lead since the 12th. A tie at the 17th would secure a vital win for Europe and halt the American charge.
Well, that's quite a scalp, isn't it, for young Ludvig Åberg, and a much-needed point for the Europeans.
The score now reads 13-8. Back in match 3, Fitzpatrick was 5 up through 7 against DeChambeau. But fueled by the crowd, the American is fighting back. At 14, he trails by 3.
No mistake there. In fact, it'll get the biggest roar. 2 down with 4 to play. Marching forward.
1 hole later, it's 1 down.
That is 4 birdies in a row for Bryson.
On 17, with DeChambeau in for par, the Englishman needs to make his 3 to stay ahead.
Oh, wow, lips out.
Good heavens, look at Bryson DeChambeau as he heads to the 18th tee up that hill.
From 5 down to tied playing the last, is there still one final twist in this tale? DeChambeau fails to make birdie, leaving Fitzpatrick a chance to take the win.
Well, that one's good. DeChambeau's is far from good.
The American cleans up for par to tie the match. Not the point he wanted, but still an incredible effort. Europe now needs just half a point to retain the cup. Amid all the drama, Scheffler versus McIlroy has been surprisingly subdued, with just 4 holes won between them through 13. But Donald knows how crucial match 4 is. On 14, McIlroy needs to make par to keep it tied.
And so it is Scheffler who edges out ahead of McIlroy with 4 to play.
Unbeaten so far this week, McIlroy digs deep, finding a birdie at the next.
McIlroy rolls it in.
But his celebrations are short-lived as Scheffler hits right back.
He's the world #1 for a reason, and Scheffler remains 1 up on McIlroy.
The match stays 1 up to the U.S. as they play the 18th. From the fairway bunker, McIlroy has to somehow put pressure on his opponent. He hits the green, but is far from birdie range. Scheffler has 2 putts to close it out.
That should do it. And in a very entertaining battle, world #1 over world #2.
Having lost all 4 matches over the first 2 days, he finally delivers and cuts the lead to 13.5 to 9.5. Moments later, the gap narrows further. J.J. Spawn, in command on the back 9 against Sepp Straka, secures victory on the 17th. From trailing by 7, the U.S. has clawed back to just 3 behind. Could this be another Battle of Brookline? What seemed like a comfortable European victory at the start of the day now has Donald scrambling for any half or full point to get over the line. His hopes are fading in match 8, where Russell Henley is 2 up on Shane Lowry with 4 to play. But Lowry isn't going down without a fight. A great approach on 15 will cut the deficit to just 1. But it may not be enough. On 17, Henley has a chance to close it out and secure another point for the U.S.
Oh, left it short.
Lowry to keep it to 1 down.
Clutch 2 putt delivered by Lowry.
They go to 18, the 5th of 8 matches so far to reach the final hole. Henley is first up from the bunker.
Oh, wow! Incredible! The shot of his life. What's Shane got? Oh, Shane Lowry! What a response!
If Henley makes his putt, the U.S. closes the gap to 2.
They still win the match.
Oh, leave it short. So Henley opens the door, and Lowry's trying to jump in here. This is it to retain the cup for Europe.
All eyes are now on Lowry for what could be a career-defining moment.
And Shane Lowry has done it. Europe pulls off one of the biggest upsets on U.S. soil, retains the Ryder Cup.
Back on 17, Bradley can only watch his dreams fade away from afar. The 2 captains embrace on the 17th green. Donald may be happy retaining the cup, but after 2 dominant days, he would love to get to 14.5 points for overall victory. That half point won't come from match 9, where Rasmus Højgaard loses to Ben Griffin.
That's that. It is another point for Team USA, 12-14.
But Donald still has an ace up his sleeve. He's placed Tyrrell Hatton, unbeaten this week, down the order in match 10, just in case the U.S. made this kind of comeback. Paired against Colin Morikawa, they reach 18 tied. Hatton does what he needs to do. Morikawa can't make birdie, leaving the Englishman with 2 putts to secure the half point required for the overall win.
Mission accomplished. But my word, they had to fight hard out there today for it.
With Robert McIntyre tying his match with Sam Burns in match 11, the final score reads 15-13 to Europe. Let the celebrations begin. For Donald, the goal was to pull off one of the toughest feats in golf, winning a Ryder Cup on foreign soil. Having won 4 times as a player, he now becomes just the 2nd European captain to claim back-to-back wins.
Ryder Cup weeks are the best weeks of our lives. Those weeks we spend together are the ones we remember the most. We talk about all the people that came before us, that paved the way for us. Now future generations will talk about this team.
For Bradley, it's so close and yet so far. His team scored 8.5 points in the singles, but despite the incredible comeback, it's their performance over the first 2 days that simply left them too much to do.
The boys really fought today. That was incredible. I didn't expect anything different. These guys are really an incredible group. I was looking there for a second like it was happening, and what a wild ride. What a fun day. Never been more proud of anything in my life.
The European Ryder Cup team and their captain, Luke Donald.
One thing is certain, the 2025 Ryder Cup delivered on the hype. It's the closest margin of victory since 2012. Though Europe has now won 9 of the last 12 contests, the Ryder Cup rivalry remains as intense and compelling as ever.
To watch another Ryder Cup video, click here and subscribe here.